Songo River cruise. That was great.
Oh, you just on a tour?
Yeah. Go with this.
For business?
Go with the Soviet American Pharmacy Association.
I went to Vietnam this winter and took one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took a group of high school kids on it. I think the first group of high school kids.
So where'd you go in Vietnam?
We started out at Hanoi for 4 days, and then Da Nang, and up to Hue to the Citadel, and eventually down to Saigon, which is Ho Chi Minh City now, and then up to Dalat, down to Vung Tau. We even went to the tunnels in Cu Chi and crawled in the tunnels.
Yeah.
It's very interesting trip.
Did you serve there in the war? Or?
Yeah.
Wow. Must have been kind of a mind blower going back.
It was. I'd like to put together another trip for adults.
Amazing. Lovely island. Sometimes we go up, we canoe around this one. Sometimes we get the sailboat over there. Yeah. Slide's really in the water this year. Around the Tykona. You can barely see the lake in the background. River Lodge. We're at the Songo River, Songo Locks. Hi, Wen. All these boats have just come up out of the Songo River, and they're going through this little lock. See there, it's opened up, and then they go on up to Long Lake there, past that bridge, which is just opened up. Soon we'll see the Songo River Queen come down. There she is in the background. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Tiffy. Will I take a picture?
Yep. All these people are...
Stone's throw over the couch has been going. If you could check it.
Those people are waiting for the Songo River Queen. Tim Porta, hard at work. You got it shut, folks. It's over here. The tourists are put to work opening up the locks, the doors for it. You see them leaning against the timber there, and you see the locks opening up, doors opening up.
Dog going right in the water over here. He just went for a swim.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell ya.
Now we have a puppy keeping cool. Feels like it's 90, but it's probably 85. The queen is ready to come down. Shake off. There you go.
Right by the people.
The water isn't that much lower, maybe 2 feet, if that. You can see the water in the lock, and then the lock doors keeping the water out from the Songo River below. The little handle you see is the sluice gate used which is turned, and that raises the little thing that holds the water back from flowing out of the lock, and then the water is then emptied out of the lock and the water levels equalized. There's a similar sluice gate up here at the other end, kind of obscured by the railing. You can see it in the background. Walked across. And the queen is entering the lock. It has a large paddle wheel in the stern. This comes down from Long Lake, comes down the Songo River here to the lock, and then it turns around and goes back. You can see there's just enough room. And it's just gonna fit. This is the gate in back of the Queen. This gate here.
Why?
As he turns the wheel. Brave lady here. There's current here is generated from the water exiting the lock.
Gotta go over here and get it.
And you can see the Queen is now down near the water level of the basin here.
Come on, Andrew.
We're getting Andrew back here. The Queen comes out of the lock and into the boat basin. And at last, the paddle wheel of the Queen.
Looking at controls of the Tykona. 3% and 1%.
We're going that way.
Wow. Here comes Reed.
There, Reed?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out of focus.
Oh, we
There he
never
is.
had it in.
Huh? Late? No, I think that the spring gas, I want to try that first because it's not out, but it's low, and I think, it's time to see.
All kinds of trauma.
You got here in a hurry.
Well, I had to wait a little bit.
You were
For,
skiing?
Well, last person went skiing. And I had to go get some gas.
You really got
Yeah.
it okay.
Well, good.
Well, we're underway again. look how flat the water is today. A nice place right here on this point. Can't really see it too clearly, but it's nice over there.
What? Did you say nothing? I said Migis is the other way.
Nice deck right there. Got views of Fry's Island. Real washed out view of Fry's Island. See the end of Raymond Neck. Coming around at Millstone Island. The rope on the front of the boat. Inner spectacle. So we're back from the boat ride. The Tykona is at harbor. The islands we just came past. A little gazebo there at the end. And a few people swimming on this very warm day. Petunia Terrace by these nice flowers. Terrace. Through the woods here. There's a few little cottages nestled in the back. There's Firefly in the middle. Whippoorwill and North Star. In front of the lodge. On the porch. This is an interesting view through all the trees.
Yeah. Date today is 25 July.
Yeah?
Well, when wind blows, little sailboats turn around. It's the thing we first saw when we got here to Migis. And take a look at it in May of '84. We came up here and these things were whipping around in the breeze. And they were blowing it like something fierce. And I hear they might start offering a few of these for sale. But trees are starting to grow up around, so they don't blow around as much. Outside our cottage. Beauty there. It's got a nice front porch. Our bathing suits hanging for the railing.
Hanging demurely.
Yes.
Jesus.
This is our little cottage. Home away from home. A cooler on the side.
It's too dark in here, isn't it?
And a little stove. And our nice little easy chair. The view outside. I got some pictures here at the lodge just before dinner. A few people out on the porch. And there's some nice chairs over here in the trees. And over you can see the flag and the Tykona. The flag and the Tykona is sitting there at rest. And looking through, we're going to get some very bright colors right here at the sun on the water. And the gazebo. Little islands here. Hey, the little one out there, the little small one. And that one right there doesn't have any name. Wendy was saying we had to call it Carter Island, sometimes there, sometimes not. Down by Sunset Point. Boat basin here. All the boats are in. Everybody's getting ready to go eat. It's 7 o'clock. And there's a little staff dock out there too. You can just see it jetting out. Background behind the boat basin, you can see the swim platform and the dock for Overstreet, which is in the trees in the back there. That's the dock for the Overstreet cottage. You can see they've got a boat tied up there so they can just come over anytime instead of having to walk in the woods in the back here. Have to walk through those woods and go back beyond the tennis courts. Over by the kitchen, maybe you can see the Migis thermometer is registering a pretty warm temperature, and we have the main weather stick pointing up, indicating warm weather. We've had several, this weather stick has been the butt of many jokes around here this week. And we're inside the lodge on Saturday morning. We've never seen the activity sheet nearly this full before.
It says water skiing at 10 and 2. The lunch and cookout at the point, 12:30 to 1:30. There's a Saturday night buffet that starts at 6:30. And dancing under the stars with Laser Jam, Eric.
And we see the people who get up late. The dining room's right to those doors there. The people get up late, get their goodies at the Snoozer's snacks shelf. Fire roaring in the fireplace. It's only 65 degrees out today instead of 85. Here's the lodge hound Andrew. Oh, there's a dark dog. And you can see they got some books over here on the shelf. A little door there behind the TV is the bar. And you can see the pine log, knotty pine log motif. I'll swing right around towards the outside. The backgammon table. Ah, Wendy's relaxing. Hello. And back around to the snoozer snack shelf. Came outside the lodge because the little sailboats were turning around in the breeze. There they go. And it's breezy out. The breeze blowing the sailboats around a little bit. The pretty flowers are still growing in the shelter of the sun. And we look out across the lake. The beautiful islands. That's Sunset Cottage right there, by the way. If we swing around, Michael's just taking the ski boat back in. One skier this morning, folks. Continue around this pretty panorama. I just love the shot of the gazebo here by Ann's house. Can never resist the chance to be able to photograph through it. You're on film, Reed.
You're on film with shorts. This is the second time in a year and a half I've
every day, I think.
You are, keep a positive attitude about the weather. There you go. Oh, we're over by the tennis courts. Look at the pretty flowers here. And you can see Wendy's relaxing by the tennis courts. Kind of a pretty area. The new bulkhead they built this year. There's the lake from the tennis courts. You can see they got the ski boat tied up back here. This is where you can tie up your boat if you have one. See Reed fastidiously mowing the grass. He's over by the shuffleboard courts, right near where they have the cookout. They'll have a cookout there later on this afternoon.
You might get lucky, you never know, another boat might pass by.
It's alright, we got a picture of Reed here mowing the grass.
He really mows quickly.
Mm-hmm. This is Stone's Throw here. Look at that nice little dock right there. The windsurfer right next to it. What's the one next to Stone's Throw? Oh, yeah, that looks like a pretty big cottage. And there's, you can barely see the Sunset Terrace there. The lodge in the background. And there's the boat basin. You can barely see the tennis courts and back. Back there's Breakfast Point, one of the sailboats out there. And that's Sunset Point. Here's the Tykona, the 1936 Chris Craft cruiser. In the background you can see the ski dock. Maybe you can see the lodge. And the chairs along Petunia Terrace. Some of the cottages.
Starting with North Star.
Whippoorwill. White Pine.
Firefly.
Which is hidden in there, and you can see hidden the gray gull. And finally, this is the little sandy beach. You can see a swim platform right there. The sandy beach has more water than sand on it this year because the water's so high. Tykona, the sailboat in the background, and the ski dock. I don't know why, I just love to take pictures of the dock and of the lodge for some reason. Take a whole bunch of them all the time. You can see the Migis Lodge sign there. It says,
The flagpole is considerably shorter than in the years past.
what happened?
It got snapped off.
And we were there for it, folks.
Very windy day.
Yep. There's the pump house. There's a little gravel beach right there, and this is where the old dock used to be. You can barely see the gravelly beach. And that might be used for a future moorage in case a possible purchase of an island occurs. And that's Sunset Cottage, of course, in the background. Which is very, very high in demand. It has a cute sign out there. It says Sunset. You can barely see it. House and the gravelly beach and the lodge from where the old dock used to be once again. Sunset Cottage over on the right. Very pretty pine trees here. And now the sun comes out to cooperate. Back towards the dock and Petunia Terrace. Again over here at Sunset Terrace. In the background you can see the Overstreet dock on the right. There's a cottage in the background which you can't really see, which is the Overstreet cottage. Nice big one too. Well, anyway, they've got this dock right here, and we've stayed there in prior years. Beautiful old rustic cottage of the late 20s design. Little island between these other two small ones here, the one with the little sprig. We have decided to give this one a name. This is Carter Island. Of course, I'm sure it has one, but nobody knows what it is. Why is it called Carter Island? Well, I don't know. Sometimes there, sometimes not. Maybe when there's a lot of water, you would be able to see it. You can see the mountains across Sebago. And I have to turn off the backlight just a minute. Change the exposure. And here's, actually see a couple of people over here. That's, I believe, Tim Porta coming down from the owner of Outer Birch Island, which is this, which we understand Tim has the option of purchasing. That's Outer Birch, and this smaller island here is Inner Birch. And in the background you can probably see Migis there. The boat in the water is a giveaway, as is the flag in the sailboat. Migis from the water. Hi.
Hi.
We're on a cocktail cruise at the same time.
I've done all the paddling while all you've been doing. Brian, we gotta turn this thing around. Oh, God. I love coming out canoeing with you. I do all the work, get all the credit.
We're having a cocktail cruise as well. We're having beer in the boat. It's after cocktail hour, after 3. There's a lot of action here on Inner Birch Island. There goes Tim Porter in a boat, and there goes a water skier having fun. See some nice beachfront houses there. And some folks just climbed off the rock. And some other guys sitting on the rock. Migis from the water. In the sunlight this time. We're rocking back and forth in the water. See, this is canoeing as it's meant to be. One in every crowd, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
And there's Carter and Carter Island. Well, actually, Carter Island is kind of obscured in front of the other island. Busy boat shot. Here comes the windsurfer, and there goes the big boat on Sebago. Seems to be enough breeze for a windsurfer. It's a pretty sailboat sailing there in the outer Dingley Islands, right near
Carter Island.
beautiful Carter Isle. Looked like going for a nice canoe ride. See how big the lake looks too. Oh, there comes on the other side of Carter Island. Oh, we're getting some waves, Wendy.
Made it worse.
Okay, well I'm gonna take another. 1, 2, 3. That looks pretty there now. Pretty. You can see some motorboats in the background. Pan over. That's looking down towards the west shore of Sebago. It's really far away. There's really a horizon line on the lake, and this is the western edge of Dr. Island. There's a bunch of pelicans up there. Probably can't see them, they're too far away. This is Dr. Island. These islands are only inhabited in the summertime. And there you can see the classic satellite dish used by all.
Taking that picture. Let me have the control.
The sign of rural New England, the satellite dish, and just some more scenes here along Raymond Neck near Migis Lodge. Some little summer homes, and back to our windsurfer. These are Sebago chairs at the home of Anne, who does all. This place represents to me the epitome of where I would always want to live. Nice place on the lake. The nice house there in the background and the trees. Boat out there on the dock, the Sebago chairs. And look at the nice gazebo. This is one you always see from Migis. It's leaning a little bit into the lake. But Anne also has some beautiful gardens. Nice flowers here by the Sebago chairs. Notice all they are just simple planks laid out in a fairly orthopedic fashion, or whatever you want to call it. And there's your house there in the back. The gazebo. Flowers in it. And here's some nice flowers here along the stone wall. Tubs of flowers there by the gazebo. So you can see how the house kind of goes along there quite a ways, and there are the gardens. Beautiful gardens. Okay, and then we come to Anne's neighbor's house. That's a nice place too. Well, we're in at the beginning of the buffet. I have some nice lobster setup. More goodies. The centerpiece there. John's poached salmon. Some more goodies. Probably curried lamb in there. breads, and of course pastries. Oh, those look pretty good. Alright, and look at that nice melon all cut up there. Here's the wine setup.
I'll give you your pen back.
Yep.
I need to ask you a question. I don't know if you're gonna know.
A little shot here from the front of the terrace. It's on Sunday, and people are skiing. At the glistening water. Enjoying herself. Now she'll wave and smile.
Movie star.
Really? I can't escape this.
No.
Here's Brian on the dot, giving instructions once again. He's gonna go next. He's gonna get wet first.
Any last words? Anything? Doesn't succeed, try again, right?
And now,
Only take one start.
we're ready.
You embarrass yourself, it's in front of them. Zoom on? This is only showing you what the pressure is.
It's just a stick.
Like you could see, your pump is on, and this is not really showing you what the pressure is because the needle's not going up until it's up to 40. Well,
You
this
just shake it up.
could be plugged or something just in,
Just keep
you know,
it
just in
running
this
like
area here.
And if you take that off, is the water,
Drip.
Yeah, I was looking to see where your shut off.
well, it's nothing on that side of it, see? See, that's what I was wondering, I hate to fiddle it up, so then I gotta.
All this is aluminum hydroxide.
Now, where are you finding right here?
Oh, yeah.
Here?
I don't know what, but this is your pipe, I
Yeah,
guess.
right. It's going the same
Save
way.
us when we put up some ice.
Oh, this is your pump.
Yeah,
This
no, this is your pipe coming in.
Your pipe to the well,
This is going probably maybe directly more to your pump. I don't know what you say. It was the same line, same line. So,
Not gonna do anything.
On the old tank,
So within the first hour.
this was on the side of the tank, up here.
It's
well, see,
best
it's
as
all
soon
the
as you
same
get it
pipe.
by.
But he put this in down here somehow, how the heck did he do that? Must have been a thing that he could screw it into.
oh yeah, that's right.
Can't explain, I know what I know what it looks like, but I don't know what they call it. There's a round thing on the bottom, like a diaphragm might have been in there. And then this one, and that used to
See,
screw in it.
some
And when
of
I
these are-
drained it in the fall, I'd always take that out. They told me,
See, some of these have regulators on them too. Like Daphne's has got a pressure regulator in addition to having this pressure switch. It has a pressure regulator on it that's connected. You know, you can mark that bartender.
Yeah.
Take those like that as in the door. I really don't.
Yeah, but what the stick now, Dad? Tell me. Oh, please don't.
But really,
Yeah, I know.
seriously, the only difference between men and boys is the price of their toys.
I guess so. I guess so.
But all the money we
Honestly.
save you.
Yeah.
No, he's not recording now, he's just playing.
That's all right.
I know they do.
Did you find out what was wrong with the pump?
Oh, I know this. This time it's an intermittent thing. This time it shut off.
Hi.
Hi there, Steve. What are you doing?
Eating dirty potato chips.
Oh, you are?
Want a bite?
Sure. Delicious.
Yeah, aren't they?
Huh?
Windy.